Welcome to Learn and Go Go, the podcast. Hey, guys, it is Wednesday night, and I am your host, Sydnee. I am also the author of Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go Go, How a Preacher's Daughter Pole Danced Her Way to Finding Her True Self. You can pick up your copy of my book at learnedingogo.com if you haven't gotten your copy already. And I don't know why we are blue tonight. Let's fix this real quick. I was having some trouble with my computer earlier, but it seems to be better now. So I think it just reset all of my settings that I had on here. But I see Lucy is with us tonight. Hey, sweetie. And there's Lizzie. There's Kyler. So glad you guys are joining us tonight. I hope that everything is good in your world. First of all, I want to thank everybody that hopped on last week. It was a pre-recorded call. I was planning ahead. My little sister went into the hospital to get induced on Tuesday. And from what I know about inductions, I never had one, but from what I understood, I figured there was no way I was going to be doing my show Wednesday night because she asked me to be in the hospital with her. So my niece is here. She is beautiful. She is perfect. She is teeny, tiny, and very sassy. So I'm just so happy to welcome her into the family. And I appreciate all of you who tuned in last week. I hope you liked my impromptu Groundhog Day celebration, celebrating all different kinds of animals that predict the weather. So that was kind of a cool little thing. Oh, hey, so Severian is here. Lizzie says Aaron is on his way. Excellent. I can't wait until he hops on with us too. But yeah, tell me what you have been up to since we got together last. That would be 2 weeks ago. What is new? What is exciting? What can I plug for you? What is going on in your world that I can tell people all about and get some eyes on your stuff as well? If you are new to this show, we like to do a little something that I call Tatiana. It was spawned by another show that I was on, the Goddamn Program. You can catch that on Saturday nights, where we used to say Thailand as a cheers thing, but on my show we say Tatiana. So when I say Tatiana, get your drink, get your smoke, whatever you're doing, take a little sip, take a little toke, whatever makes you happy. And Tatiana to you. So I'm having one of those days where I'm like, I was running a little behind, had everything set up. I came in and the laptop was off and everything had to be reset. So I'm a little frazzled getting it together, but we're going to have an awesome time. Hey, Reese is here too. And there's Aaron. I'm so glad you guys are here. Let's see what everybody is up to. Oh, okay. So Severian says typing one-handed. I was like, but it's because someone wants ear scratches. That would be my boyfriend. So Severian's dog, Alfie, who I love. Kyler's going to be lurking. Awesome. I understand watching 2 streams at once. That's the thing about, the world we live in today. There is no shortage of things to watch and read and take in. So I appreciate you taking the time to spend with me tonight in your busy schedule of so many things to choose from. Thank you. Let's see here. Reese says, hey, my spooktacular friend, you are always amazing and awesome. You're the best. You are the best, Reese, and I love you, and I appreciate you hopping on here with us tonight. Lunar Projects is here too. Excellent. Oh no, Lizzie, you guys have busted pipes. I am so sorry. And you guys are dealing with the freeze too. I know it's usually warmer for you than where I live, but I think yesterday was the first time in over 2 weeks we had a temperature that was above freezing. I have not seen it this cold this long in a long time. So like nothing was melting, and now we're going to be, like floating away when all of this melts. But it was nice to not feel it in my bones when I stepped out of the door. So, all right, Kyler's studying for midterm. Okay, everybody give Kyler good luck on his midterm. You're going to kick ass. You're super smart. You got this. But sending you good juju anyway. So let's see here. Everybody is just saying hellos. That's awesome. Yeah, so I named this episode Hey Sweethearts because it is Valentine's weekend this weekend. And I wanted to know what you guys think about Valentine's Day. Is it just another day? Is it something that means something to you and your special one? Is it something that bums you out? Um, because the holiday to me is kind of manufactured a little bit. I think, and this is just my opinion. You guys are whatever you think is awesome too. But like I know in my relationship I make it a point to every day let Dave know how much I love him, how much I appreciate him, what he means to me. So for us, it's kind of just like, hey, now when we first got together, when you're first dating, it's kind of a different vibe. We've been together 17 years now. It's a little different in the beginning, when it's like, huh. But I told him this year, I'm like, why don't we go to the store and we'll each pick out a card and we'll let the other one read it and then we'll put it back on the shelf and save like $20. Because to me, like I said, I'm always leaving notes and texts and and he does the same thing. So to me it's not that big of a deal. But do you is it a big deal to you? Are you a Valentine's Day fan? Or is there a Valentine's Day that sticks out in your memory that was super special? Like something that happened that made you really like it, or maybe something that happened that made you hate it, because that could be possible too. Um, oh, Luna Projects, 8 years smoke free. Awesome. 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 Tatiana to that, my friends. That is a great accomplishment. Excellent. Let's see here. Um, yeah, so I remember back in a previous relationship, we'll just we'll frame it that way. I was with someone that didn't ever seem to remember things like Valentine's Day, Christmas, birthdays. I get it. I get it. They were on the same date every year. It's hard to remember. But I remember being in my house and getting a delivery. Do you guys remember the Vermont teddy bears? I don't know if they make them anymore. They were really popular for a while. They were like kind of you could get them for different holidays and all. This was before Beanie Babies. This was years and years ago. And I get a delivery and it was a Vermont teddy bear, like Valentine's bear, super cute, from a customer. And I did not get a Valentine from my partner at that time. Like I said, this is decades ago now. That sticks out in my head. Like you didn't even get a card, like a Post-it note. Don't have to spend money. Get a little piece of construction paper. Draw it yourself. But yeah, like I don't remember before that, like in high school. I kind of feel like we may have sold flowers. Like you could do like a candygram or like a flowergram or something like that. But I always hated that because then I didn't get any and then I felt like shit. So to me, it's kind of like, like I remember when the kids were little and getting Valentines for the class and making sure that everybody in the class got one because I never wanted anybody to feel left out. But it's funny, I had a friend post today. It's like, number of students in my daughter's class, 26. Number of Valentines that come in a box, 24. I'm like, I feel that. I remember having to get that like extra box and having all these leftover Valentines because of how many kids were in the class. That being said, there were always some that were like more fun than others. So at least you got more to choose from if you had to buy more. Let's see here. Okay, a pickaxe. I missed something here. Let me scroll back. Let's see. That's how I made Valentine's special, having your smoke-free anniversary. Absolutely. Oh no, is the stream freezing? Oh, because you're downloading 300 gigs of Epstein files. That could be it there. That's hilarious. I don't use a pickaxe. I feel like I'm missing a comment because Aaron makes it special but doesn't use a pickaxe. I'm so confused. Might have something to do with the frozen pipes. Or maybe it's a kink. I don't judge. We love everybody here. We don't yuck anyone's yum. Um, but yeah, funny little segue there with the pickaxe and things that went through my head when I read that. I don't know if you guys remember last year, my Facebook got under lockdown because of a Valentine I posted. Do you remember this? It was my Sydnee author profile page. So it wasn't my Learn and Go, like page. It was my profile page. And in my memories was a Jeffrey Dahmer Valentine. It was like Jeffrey Dahmer. And it just said, "You're so cute, I could eat you up." It was like a Valentine. I got it from my Facebook memories because I had posted it. And you know how like you'll go back through your memories and it'll be like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and sometimes it's like the same thing because you post it that same day every year. That's what this was. I posted it last year and they put the hammer down on me. I think it was like I got a 45-day ban or something like that. It was crazy. I'm like, I literally got it from my memories. I have posted this before. It's a joke. Everyone, I mean, Jeffrey's long gone. He's been dead a very long time. He's not going to come eat anybody up. I'm certainly not cannibal. So not only did I get the ban, but every couple weeks after that, it kept telling me that it was under review. Like even after the ban passed, I'm like, dude, what the? So I don't think I'm going to post any Valentines this year, but just know I love you guys. Know that I'm sending out like the classroom bell. If we were in the class and we made our little boxes or our little bags, I would be putting one in each of yours because I love you. But I'm not getting banned on Facebook again for Jeffrey Dahmer Valentines. So crazy. Did you guys do that in class when you were little? Did you ever like have the Valentines? I know some schools don't let you, but we used to do the Valentine party and you'd get the little conversation hearts or like Necco wafers back then, the Necco wafer hearts, stuff like that. But I always liked the school parties. They were fun. Reese says, "That's crazy. I got a warning because I made a joke about him and tattoos. It said tattoos tasted awful." And I said, "Get a lot of tattoos." I've seen that. Why is that bannable? Everybody knows who he is. Everybody knows what he did. It's not encouraging. It's actually the opposite of encouraging people to go eat people. It's saying get tattoos so nobody will kill you and eat your flesh. I think that was a public announcement, like a PSA you were posting there, Reese, and you should not have gotten called on it. That's crazy. That is nuts. I'm trying to think, like, of course, I'm like blanking out now about other Valentine stuff because I did like the going and being the room mom for my kids when they were little and doing the parties and stuff for them. That was always a lot of fun. Tanya's here. Hey, sweetie. She says she got a 3-day ban for bullying. Really? Because you called your 17-pound cat a fat ass. The bots are out of control. They're just looking for keywords to ban accounts. Like, they don't have any idea about context. They don't understand a joke. Like, I'm so sorry that happened to you. That is crazy. I gotta watch because I used to call Lexi the loaf all the time and the fatipus and everything else. So I'm glad I didn't get banned for that. Hey, Lucy. Glad you're here too, Lucy resident. Awesome. Yeah, so I forget what else I was going to talk about tonight. Like, I have just been running. Like I said, with my niece being born, so cute. We went down and saw her again yesterday. She's so little. She's not even 5 pounds yet. She's teeny girl. But she is sassy, and she's got a great pair of lungs on her. So she is going to be trouble. I keep saying she's going to look like the little cat from Tom and Jerry that like is stomping around with the mean mug. That's going to be her. She's so cute. So that's kind of like, and Dave and I went away for the night last night. We like to go to one of the local casinos and get a room and have fun gambling and just get a night away. So a little rundown from that too, but it was a very good time. So the people watching in casinos is incredible. Do you guys like to go to casinos? Do you ever do that to go and play slots or the tables, stuff like that? Tatiana. I got a hair in my mouth trying to be sneaky and I sorry about that. So our new thing at our new casino place is they have roulette. And I had never played roulette until we started going here. This is our third time there. It's fun. It is so fun. And like there were people, it was like there was a girl and then like 2 seats and then another lady. So Dave and I took the 2 seats and like the girl next to me just gets up and walks away. I'm like I don't, but she was there like with her boyfriend. So I'm just sitting there and out of the corner of my eye, I see the lady sitting next to Dave is just like, I'm like, how many things is she betting on? But I mean, you can do like 50 cents on things. So maybe she was just like doing a lot, but it was like watching somebody play keyboards, but she's betting on roulette. And then like every time it went around and be like, winner, congratulations. And I'd be like, it wasn't me, it wasn't Dave. So it was either her or like the kid across the way. So I hope somebody had a really good night last night because it seemed like they were winning a lot. But like I said, maybe it's 50 cents, you win $1. Who cares? It's fun. It's fun. So we've been enjoying doing that. And then I don't know if I told you guys the story from years ago because my favorite thing to play has always been the slots for roulette. And so you put the money in, you can hit max bet, and that like I like the 25 center. So that usually it'll bet 75 cents because your max bet's like 3. So playing. So then this particular casino didn't have live dealers at the time. It was just video. So we go to play video blackjack and I put the money in and I play and I'm like, it's broken. And Dave's like, what do you mean it's broken? I said, it's broken. It's not working. And he goes, did you hit max bet? I'm like, yeah. He goes, you bet all of your money and you lost. I didn't know. I thought it was like slots. I thought it would take a portion. I didn't. I'm like, okay, I will sit here and watch you play because we only bring a certain amount of money and when that's gone, it's gone, So I was like, okay, next time, give me my money and I'll throw it out the car window because that's basically what I just did. So last night I wanted to play this one game. I don't remember what it's called, but it had like a white buffalo and it's running, it's like a computer screen and the buffalo. I said, oh my God, it looks like Lexi. I have to play it. Damned if I didn't do the same thing. I bet everything and I was ill-informed on how to play the game. So Lexi's laughing at me from the other side of the Rainbow Bridge, but that's why I wanted to play it because it looked like her. But it was fun. And as long as you have what you can afford to spend on the evening, and then when it's gone, it's gone. We don't bring debit cards. We don't bring credit cards. We don't, that's our fun money. When it's gone, it's gone. But I think we didn't even lose that much, because we were doing pretty good. So it was a good time. Reese says, first time I went to a casino was with my grandma, and it was crazy. It was a group of my family, and I and my grandma, and I got super wasted and played blackjack. That is awesome. Let's see here. Oh, I missed a lot of comments. I really think the comments are lagging again because that's been happening where I don't see them and then all of a sudden there's a bunch there. So Erin says, I've been working hard on bringing my part in Rotten to the Core to life. Excellent. I cannot wait to see more about that. And if you have a link to the project, stick it in the comments. People can check it out for sure. Luna says, years ago, I got engaged on Valentine's and I wasn't expecting it and didn't marry, but I don't regret the time with him since I was in New York City. Awesome. That's very cool. Oh, Lucy got married on Valentine's Day. I do know some people that have. Let's see here. To be clear, I'm not shaming. We love the chunky babies and the bitty babies. All the babies are awesome. Absolutely. I didn't see any baby comment. That's why... Yeah, I swear I'm missing comments. I don't understand what's going on with that. So if you're trying to tell me something and I'm not reading it, put it again because it just might not have gotten to me. Lucy says, don't ever take a special day and try to make it more special. It will backfire. That's good advice. Luna says, I like casinos for comedy shows. You saw George Carlin in one. That is awesome. I saw George Carlin in, it was the Trenton War Memorial in Trenton, New Jersey. They have like a auditorium in there. And we used to go there when I was in school to see plays. They'd do like A Christmas Story, not A Christmas Story, A Christmas Carol, and different things like that. So we would go there. But I did wind up seeing George Carlin at the Trenton War Memorial. It was pretty cool. Glad I saw him. Tanya says, played the slot machines in Las Vegas once, walked in with $30, walked out with a penny. I believe that. In Vegas, you can't go anywhere without a slot machine. They are in every gas station. They are in every grocery store. They are everywhere. So, you really have to be like, like I'm not playing. I went there for a weekend in January 2000. I went to the AVN Awards with my friend who worked for AVN Magazine. And we spent a weekend in Vegas, and I came home $40 in the hole. So I did not think that was bad for a weekend of playing slots in Vegas. So, 30 is not bad. Let's see. We are talking about Valentine's Day, sweetie. Absolutely. It just kind of took a hard right into going away to the casino last night. Let's see here. She was talking about, yes. Chunky fur babies. I had my niece in my head. Sorry, Lizzie, that's why I wasn't connecting. I was thinking because my niece is a peanut and teeny tiny. But yes, all the chunky babies, fur babies, people babies, whatever babies. Let's see. Calliope turned into a sumo-shaped kitty after getting fixed. Oh, so cute. Yeah, exactly. That's what Tanya said. She got banned on Facebook for calling her fur baby a fat ass. That's terrible. People have no sense of humor, and it's your fur baby. And sometimes they are chunky. Nothing wrong with chunky babies. So I had a thought and it fell out of my ear. It's gone. Welcome to the Perimenopause Show, where thoughts just come and go. And you never know. I might just start crying for absolutely no reason, because that's what life is like when you're 50. Now, I know what I was going to do. I was going to give you guys an update, because if you are new to the show, I had surgery back in November. I had in my spine and my neck, I had a disectomy and fusion done. So my 12-week follow-up was this past Monday, even though it was 13 weeks, I think. And last Friday, before my follow-up, it was the 30th, my follow-up was the 9th, I got rear-ended. So for like the last week and a half, I've just been really worried about, did something get messed up in my neck, because I was doing really good. And now it's sore, and I just wanted to make sure. So went to the follow-up, and the hardware's fine. Thankfully, everything's where it needs to be. And she said that the pain I have right now is the soft tissue being pissed off. It's like irritated and inflamed from that. And she said, it could even be just the stress of the situation too. So very, very, very grateful that it didn't mess up the surgery, because I was really scared about that. So that's a yay. That's a celebration. I wanted to share with everybody that I got a good report back on that. So I should be able to start lifting a little heavier, doing workouts that are a little more challenging than what I was doing. Full transparency, I haven't worked out in over a week because I've just been not feeling like it. And I need to get out of that mindset. Those of you who have known me for years and years and years and years know how good I was at doing my workouts and all. And since the accident, I just have not been, or since the surgery. So I'm going to get back on that wagon. Do you guys have any goals that you want to get on track with? Like, did you make any New Year's resolutions and now we're almost halfway through February? Like, are you doing them? Are you thinking about doing them? Have you just said fuck it? Because sometimes that happens too. Put that in the comments. Let me know what you guys are up to. Like, what are your goals? I know Aaron's got projects going on that he's working towards. But are there things you want to accomplish this year, and how is that going for you? I have a couple of things on the plate that I have not started yet. And I think, you know, it's crazy, but there is an absolute true thing called fear of success. And, I know a lot of the times we don't take that jump and we don't do the thing because we're afraid of failing, which in my book, Everything I Need to Know, I learned in GoGo how a preacher's daughter pole danced her way to finding her true self, which you can get at learningogo.com. Big intro just to say, there's no such thing as failing. Fail, the word fail stands for first attempt in learning. So you either succeed or you learn. So if you are, like afraid of doing something because you think you're going to fail at it, just know there's no such thing. No such things to do the thing. But sometimes you think about something you really want to do and it's like, what if I get that dream? What if that happens? How is that going to change things? And sometimes it's, do I deserve to do the thing? And that's like a really true mindfuck that you can go through, especially depending on your upbringing. If you were taught that, there's a certain value to always putting yourself below other people and things like that. So then the thought of being successful almost feels like a failure, because then maybe I'm not being humble enough, or maybe I'm not, like other people deserve that, not me. So it's kind of like, it kind of sounds stupid when you say you have a fear of success, but it's a real thing. And I guess I need to get over myself and just do the damn thing. Do the few damn things. Do all the damn things. So what are your damn things? Stick them in the comments here. Stick it. Yes, squirrel. That is my brain for sure. Lizzie says that she would be in trouble if they had slot machines everywhere. Yep. I have one in my basement, but it gives tokens. So I don't have to worry about losing money. It's like the little coin tokens. It's full of those. So you can just like keep shuffling through and playing it. It's a lot of fun. Let's see here. Oh, Lucy, you naughty girl. Okay, she's giving us a Tatiana. Tatiana to you. Thank you. And if you want to know where the word Tatiana originated from, it is a story in my book, so you can check it out, and then you'll know who Tatiana is, because that's a funny story. Let's see. Our daughter is Chunky Sumo Chainsaw Kitty. I love that name. And yeah, Lizzie said that she got chunky after she got fixed. Freya is filling out a bit. Okay. I think, a lot of it's winter weight too. I think pets get that too. Muffy is definitely, she has turned from my chocolate chip to my chocolate chunk, because I haven't been able to walk her as much between the weather and my recovery. So she's getting a little wide. Let's see here. Lucy says I worked out for her for years. Yep. That's awesome. Luna's going to be working on her book more, which is amazing. Oh, I have been. Good. Very proud of you. That is awesome. Reese says, when you said about working out, my fitness goal is to be able to weightlift almost double my weight. Okay. I'm at being able to weightlift my size right now. Haven't torn anything yet. Came close to. Please be careful. Watch your form. Form is very important. Make sure you have a spotter if you're lifting, like over your neck and stuff. Safety first, but you got this. You'll get there. Just have to keep at it, and you can get that. Let's see here. My friend's dog is named Jelly. She's now called Jelly Roll because she's a little chunk. Oh, that's so cute. That's adorable. And there's, like I know so many people with pets that are a little, like not morbidly obese, unhealthy, but like got a little chunk to them, and I think it's super cute. And like I said, Muffy definitely has gained weight, but the only downside to that is she sleeps in between Dave and I. We went from a queen bed to a king bed when Lexi and Muffy both started sleeping with us because that was like 150 pounds of dog in the bed. And so we decided to get more room, which really didn't matter because they still don't give us any room. But Muffy she won't just lay on you. She basically does everything but like she jumps off the top rope onto you, and her ass is solid lead. And she does this several times a night. It's like she can't just turn around and move. She's got to be like, wah, boom. So her even gaining like 5 pounds is like, dear Lord, she's going to wind up breaking my butt because she's got to like, boom. But I love her. So I don't mind. She's awesome. And she was very, very excited to see us when we got home today because she's such a pack animal and just wants to be with us all the time. She's such a good girl. I wish I had a picture of her uploaded on here, but Chocolate Lab, super cute. And she's got, what is that called? Vitiligo that Michael Jackson had. And so she's got, when she was a little puppy, she had a white circle on her tail. And now it's like underneath her chocolate hair and like kind of mixed in is all white, and she's got little white spots on her face and like some white in between her paw pads and stuff. I never knew dogs could get that, but apparently it's common in chocolate labs. So I learned something new when we got her, and she just turned 4, which is crazy. Crazy. Tanya says, Bazzy gained weight being on phenobarbital for idiopathic epilepsy. Oh, the vet said her weight is a side effect of the medicine. Well, I hope it's helping with her epilepsy. Oh, that's a sin. You don't think about that dogs can deal with things like epilepsy and stuff like that until you know a dog that has. So I'm glad there is medicine to help her with it. And I hope that she's doing better now that she's on the medicine. So sending good vibes to her. Oh my goodness, guys. My other problem tonight is that we got Chinese food and I overate. So I'm just like, I'm fighting the food coma. But it was really good. This is another reason why I'm also gaining weight and, not working out and is not helping. But we've been eating all of the carbs and the cheese, which is my favorite food group is cheese. And then tonight we got Chinese food. So I had a couple spring rolls and some chicken dumplings, but I love the crab rangoons. Like they don't call them crab rangoon at this place. They call them something else. It's not fritters. It's not dumplings. It's another thing, but it's the crab meat, and I think it's like cream cheese, and it's deep fried, and it's just like here is your heart attack on a plate, and why don't we dip it in some sauce that will make it even less healthy? But it was really good. But I ate way too, and then I had chicken fried rice too. My goodness. And I wanted to get into my sweatpants before the show, but I was running late, so I got the jeans on. Which is like a battle going on right now. But do you guys like Chinese food? Like, do you ever order it? Do you have a place nearby? I feel like Chinese food's pretty universal, at least in the US. I feel like there's nowhere that wouldn't have at least one Chinese food restaurant, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just used to it where I am. But that's something that we never had growing up. Like I never ate Chinese food from a restaurant growing up. My mom would get like the la choy that would come in the can, and it would be this stuff you'd mix in with, you know, you'd have chicken or beef or something, you could mix this sauce, and it would have the like the top of the can was the noodles, the like crispy noodles, chow mein noodles, I guess they're called. So I never knew what like real Chinese food was until I had moved out of the house. And you know, it's not something that we get all the time, but every once in a while, Chinese food is good. But I just like definitely overdid it. And I like to put the hot mustard on everything too, so that doesn't help when you're like putting everything super spicy. Oh, she's turning 14 in May, and because she's so old, her activity level is lower than the other cats. Oh, I hope they're not mean to her. I hope that they are respecting their elder. 14's great. I've like noticed a lot of my friends with cats, the indoor cats do tend to live nice long lives. So that's so cute though that she's just hanging out doing her thing. Maybe she's full of Chinese food too. But yeah, Muffy got a little extra workout today because Dave thought she had gotten a squirrel, which I was kind of like waiting for because outside we have a tree in the front yard. So for months, every morning when I'd let Muffy out, there would be a squirrel in the side yard and it would run into the tree in the front yard and up the tree. And I'm like, you're never chasing this squirrel. Well, I told her that with a bunny before too, and then she got the bunny. So when Dave said he thought she had a squirrel, I'm like, of course, because I keep telling her she's not going to get it. I bet she finally got it. But it wasn't a squirrel. It was the back end of a bunny. So I'm guessing a hawk dropped it. And then, like, you know, he had to get it away from her. So she got a little bit of extra exercise running away with her bunny butt. I think it was like the whole leg and all. And I'm like, well, she probably heard that having a rabbit's foot is lucky. So having the whole leg up to the butt would be super lucky, right? Okay, Tanya says most of the time they just leave her cranky butt alone. Aw, that's so cute. She's a cranky old lady. And she said they don't pick on her, she picks on them. Most of the fights are stuff she started. Well, she knows what she wants. And she's not putting up with their stuff. She's just like, nope, I am in charge. I'm kind of curious. If you guys are watching on YouTube, can somebody leave a comment because I'm not seeing. Oh, wait, here we go. It's YouTube, guys. I'm telling you, I just was about to say, can you please comment because I'm not seeing YouTube comments, and then like 10 came in. So, okay, let's see here. Luna says that she tried a citrus punch and didn't realize one ingredient, but glad I tried it. It has pineapple, lemon, mango, which I don't like, and has blood orange yuzu. Okay. Interesting. And yeah, I love crab rangoon. They don't call it that at this place though. I'll have to look it up. Erin says, yes, I do eat too much when given the chance. Yes. Oh my gosh. And it's one of those things like sometimes you don't even realize that you ate too much and then it expands in your stomach afterwards. And it's just like, why did I do that? Lizzie says, love Chinese food. Oh my God, we don't get to have it near enough. Also, raison le choy, by the way. Thank you. Yes. Yes. I'm so glad that you know what I'm talking about. And sometimes my mom would get like the cans of water chestnuts and stick them in. Oh, I love them. And they don't even really taste like anything, but they add that little crunch and like the little baby corns. Then you kind of feel like you're eating something special because they're super cute. So Severian says, I find every time I get Chinese food, I regret it and think, why did I think that would be so good? It's funny, it 100% depends on where you get it from too, because there's absolutely good Chinese food and bad Chinese food, just like any other kind of restaurant. And since, you know, we get the spring rolls and the dumplings and the rangoon and everything, the oil that they use can make a difference. Like if it's not a place that swaps out the fryer oil very often, or if they leave it in too long, then that can make you feel sick because it's just so greasy and heavy. Let's see. Luna says, love Chinese. There's a place called Chinese Imperial Inn, which I love. Love hot and sour soup and a sucker for egg rolls. Egg rolls are so good. Aaron says, La Choy in the can. Ooh, not a fan at all. That's what I thought Chinese food was growing up. I didn't know any better. And Luna loves, now I'm going to say it, I don't think you say it like pho, right? Is it pho? Thai food and sushi. I have not had a lot of Thai food, but I love sushi. Love sushi. And that's another food I never tried until I was definitely in my 20s. And I had a friend take me out for sushi. I'd never had it before. And like, she didn't give me the tempura choice. It was like we're diving in and having, like dragon roll and spicy tuna and like all the raw stuff. I loved it and I have not looked back. And my youngest loves sushi too. So a couple times a year we'll go out and get like sushi for lunch, and and that's something you can eat a lot of, and you can kind of feel full for a little bit, but then it goes away quick, so you don't feel like that. Oh, because it is fresh and good. Let's see. Kyler says he can go for Asian food right now, and Luna loves Asian food. Reese says there are so many Chinese restaurants near me. There's one about 20 minutes from me that gives you so much food they have to staple the containers shut and then wrap them. I have Chinese food for 3 days, literally. That's awesome, though. That's a good deal, because then you can enjoy it for several days. I'm not that adventurous when it comes to Chinese food. Like, I kind of like what I like. And there was a place when I worked in a bar in the Pine Barrens, like in the middle of nowhere, and we'd get Chinese food there because that was the only place that delivered. And somebody got ribs, and I swear to you, they were like that big, like an inch, 2 inches long. I'm like, meow. That's not a pig. That's not a cow. Those ribs, that's some roadkill ribs right there is what that is. But I don't know if that's, if those rumors are true or not. But I just know that I never had ribs that were that small. So to me, I was a little suspect about what animal that came from. So I used to always get shrimp when I first started getting Chinese food, which is kind of like, oh, you wanted to mess with seafood, but you cannot make something else look like a shrimp. Only a shrimp looks like a shrimp. So they couldn't be like, oh yeah, that's chicken, wink, But I've branched out since then. But I kind of like what I like. I do like the soup that you guys know what I'm talking about. It's the most popular soup you get from the Chinese food place. I'm telling you, my brain is mush tonight. It's got the little dumplings in it. That's good. But yeah, so go enjoy some Chinese food and think about my show. Let's see. No, it's not egg drop soup. That's a good guess though. It's I'm looking up the friggin' thing. Wonton. Thank you, Luna. Thank you, Erica. I'm thinking Luna projects. Yes, wonton soup is what I was thinking of. And that's I really like that. That's a good thing, especially on like a cold winter day for sure. Oh, cool. And Lucy says, I like what you just said. I like what I like. Yep, exactly. You kind of have your favorites and then you lean towards those. So that's good. And I was disappointed because I made, just speaking of soup, made me think, I made this huge crock pot of loaded baked potato soup. And I made it last week, and I didn't put like all the sour cream in it and all because I knew I was making it for when I made it, I was going to have it the next day. And then something happened the next day. We wound up putting it in the freezer. So then when we wound up having it, we couldn't reheat it again because it had already been cooked, frozen, heated up again. And with all the cream and the milk and everything, we didn't want to mess with it. So I had like all this soup that we didn't get to eat, but it was so good. Like a loaded baked potato soup in the winter. It's way too heavy for summer, but I'd probably eat it anyway because it's cheese and potatoes. But it was so good with like the bacon. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Can't even believe I'm talking about food as full as I am right now. But I love a good, like a broccoli cheese soup or like a loaded baked potato soup. What's your favorite soup? Stick it in the comments. Let's talk soup because now I'm thinking of Seinfeld. No soup for you. I like those. I like Carrabba's used to have a soup. The heck kind of it was a sausage and lentil soup. I like that. That was a little different. Like your usual chicken noodles good. Tomato soup with grilled cheese. That's some good shiznit too. And yeah, wonton is yummy, Erica. You're right. And Lucy says comfort food, 100%, especially when it's winter. Um, okay, see now here's some more comments that I missed. I am so sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to see like between now and next week, I'm gonna disconnect the YouTube from this and reconnect it, and hopefully, whatever fight they're having, they will get over it. But I think Kyler had to go to bed. Love you too, sweetie, and good luck with your exam. You got this for sure. Luna Project says spicy tuna, so good. And let's see here. I had a really good chicken with wild rice. Super good. That sounds good. That sounds really yummy. Tanya says, add some ham in that loaded baked potato soup. Yummy comfort food. That sounds amazing. Hey, Darren's here. Good. How you doing? I use Jackie Chan line on Rush Hour when I have General Soda. Someone asks, what are you eating? I say camel hump. I don't think I've ever seen that Jackie Chan line. That's hilarious. I have not seen Rush Hour. I know I have to add it to the to my list, but that's hysterical, camel hump. That's funny. Let's see here. Okay, you guys are all I don't want to like broadcast where everybody lives. Yeah, it's cool when you live in a place where there's a variety of things at your disposal, if you wanted to order out. Because I've been in places where like when I went to college in southeastern Kentucky, and our town had a Hardee's and a Dairy Queen and a Subway. Because like I was a freshman and we weren't allowed to have cars, so anything else was like outside of town and would have taken like an hour and a half to walk to. And because this is, the early 90s, there was no DoorDash, there was no Grubhub, and places didn't even like we didn't even have delivery other than Pizza Hut. We did get Pizza Hut once a week because they would deliver. And they had the Monster. I think it was called the Monster. Back then it was like a giant rectangle pizza. So we could get that and then like eat it for days. But we'd walk to Subway and I'd get my sandwich and she'd say wheat or white. And I'd say white. And they put it on wheat because I didn't say white. So I learned how to say it correctly so that I would get, what I wanted to order. But when that's the case, as thankful as you may be for having those choices, they get pretty old pretty quick. And being in a dorm room, it was like the cafeteria or the microwave. We didn't have a kitchen in our dorm. So I like being, where I'm at now, we have a lot of variety. So let's see. Hugs to you too, Darren. Awesome. Let's see. Do. That's so funny. I just heard something in my headphones that sounded like a snore. And I don't know where it would have come from because I don't have anything open. Haunted headphones. All right, guys. Well, we have about 10 minutes left. So you know what that means. It's time for pick a page. And we can do, let's see. Well, yeah, we'll just do, we'll ask. I think I'm getting, see, now I'm not getting YouTube comments again. This is crazy. It's like every 10 minutes they'll give me the comments. That's really frustrating. But as usual, somebody pick a number between 1 and 300. Thank you, Erica picked 175. Give me an A or a B. We have 2 books to choose from, and I will read an excerpt from the book based on the page, and A or B will pick which book I'm going to read out of. So which one do you want, sweetie? Book A or book B? B. Okay, I had a feeling you were going to pick book B, which is The Encyclopedia of Unusual Sex Practices by Brenda Love. And as the cover might tip you off, this is not safe for work, not safe for little ears. So if you do have little ears, you're listening in the car on the way to school or something, you might want to skip this part of the program because it can get a little gnarly in Brenda Love's book of Encyclopedia of Unusual Sex Practices. So 175, we have mesophilia. Oh dear Lord. Okay. So that's I'm getting mysophilia, mysophilia. Refers to becoming aroused by smelling, chewing, or rubbing against a foul-smelling soiled jockstrap, pair of panties, menstrual pad, bra, or other object. We're jumping right in with both feet tonight, guys. The most common secretions used are genital discharges, menstrual blood, feces, and milk. Locker rooms provide abundant odors for the mesophile, who often pilfers used jockstraps. Necrophiles, we just jumped down another layer, who prefer decaying flesh as opposed to a fresh corpse, fall into this category also. Okay. Let's say I'm just like skipping ahead here. Caution. There's a caution at the end of this one. Ingestion or exposure to body secretions of other persons is not considered a safe sex practice. Okay, yeah, exactly. Jeffrey Dahmer. We're circling back around to Jeffrey Dahmer. Happy Valentine's Day from the Dahmer. Okay, so let's see here. 216A, Lizzie picked, and A is my book. So I do not talk about eating and smelling jockstraps in my book. So yeah, that was the doozy. We jumped right into that one. All right. The members of the community group were so worried that the bar infringed on their rights, yet they were completely fine with the idea of completely stripping away a dancer's privacy and her right to not let customers know her real name or where she lived. In case you are blissfully unaware, not everyone in the world is a nice person. These people were so terrified of butts that they would never... Oh, wait, let me start that over again. These people were so terrified of butts that they would never have to see unless they physically entered the building that they encouraged having a young woman get followed home and attacked. That way they could say, see, and argue that the environment bred harmful consequences, even though it would have been a result of a situation they had created. I remember that far. They wanted to actually require all of the dancers to wear a name tag that included your address and phone number and your real name. Why? Because they were assholes. So let's do a couple more, guys. Number between 1 and 300 and A or B. So I think we got time for 2 more. Lucy says, what that did tell you mean? I don't know what that's referring to. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Oh, bacon and potato soup with a sourdough bowl. That sounds amazing. Oh, Erin says, I have a question for everyone. See, these are now popping up now. Okay. Do you think a person that told you that you can't do something is as important as the person that did? As far as motivation? I think in a motivation standpoint, absolutely, because sometimes I run off of pure spite and I told you so. So if somebody told me I can't do something, that kind of makes me want to go, oh yeah, watch this. So if you mean it in that way, then yes. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm seeing what else I missed from you guys. Yeah, beef stew or chicken and dumplings sounds amazing. Dave makes the best chicken and dumplings. So whenever you and Lizzie get up here to visit, definitely have to have that. Lizzie says, not really a soup person except ramen. Okay. Austrian chicken noodle soup if I want that. Ramen is banging. Let's see here. Reese says, I think in some cases they can be just as important because it's like giving you the opportunity and drive to prove them wrong. Exactly. Exactly. And I mentioned that in my book as well, about having the desire to prove all the haters wrong. Like that can be really good fuel for reaching your dreams. So, all right, I'm going to take this book and just open to a page because YouTube's being a bastard. So let's go with, let's see, love beef stew. And Luna said, yum, yum, yum. Lucy said, inspired is always important. And nope, no name tags. Is that like, how dangerous is that? Absolutely dangerous. Luna says, I said no gross stuff. I didn't pick the page. You guys picked the page. Lucy's asking, what is the circumstances, Erin? So what prompted that question? Let's see here. Lucy says, my daughter makes chicken parm from scratch. That sounds amazing. So Severian made veal parm from scratch a couple weeks ago and finished it off last night. And Lucy says, how does it settle in your gut? Is that the veal? We have so many foods, I'm not sure which one. And Lucy said, Erin, that can go both ways. So cool. We've got some ooze on the last, I'm guessing on the last time we read up. So I'm going to pick this page. Oh, Lord. There's a picture and I can't show you because I'll take my Facebook away. Yeah, it's ophidicism. 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 Refers to people who use reptiles. The snake in the form of a circle biting its own tail has been a representation of sex since early Egyptian civilization. The snake represented the male organ, and the ring it formed symbolized the vagina. Today, one finds magazines and movies available of women who insert snakes or eels tail first into their vajayjays and masturbate as the creature wriggles to get free. Okay. Caution. There's another caution. People can this is the caution. I can think of other cautions, but the caution that they're giving you is that people can contract salmonella from amphibians and reptiles. The salmonella, not the biting your vahooji. Stop it. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Luna says there's an Italian restaurant that had a non-breaded veal parm that I love. That sounds yummy. And my daughter is a sous chef for Hilton Hotels. Awesome. So I bet she makes all kinds of really good stuff. That is very good. Exactly. Reptiles. That's what I'm saying. Like I've heard the phrase trouser snake before, but never like, the hoo-ha gecko is like a new one for me. I don't know. There was that old story about the lobster, the woman with the lobster, because the police came and found her dead on her bathroom floor, and they put the thing together that she was using I don't know. It's a tale. I don't even know if you could find it online now. This was going around pre-internet, so this is an old story, but I don't know. That's right, exactly, Lizzie. That's Wow, that's come on now. No kids, no animals. Is that so difficult? You would think that's a pretty clear line to not cross. That's why in the photo, well, it's not even a photo, it's a drawing, but mm-mm, don't tread on that. That is not cool. All right, so I'll cleanse the palate with one more excerpt from my book. Um, let's see here. Oh, this is really funny. I remember when this happened. One guy just hit the unlucky lottery. I was going around for tips and we got to chatting. He told me that he was a poet and asked if I would like to read his latest poem. I shared with him that I also write poetry and I would love to read it. I carefully unfolded the piece of notebook paper he had placed in my hand and began to read. Quote, it was an early morning barroom, and the place just opened up, and the little man came in so fast and started at his cuffs. I raised my head and looked him right in the eyes, and I said, you didn't write this. He looked back at me in complete shock and said, yes, I did. I continued reading. Now, the broad who served the whiskey, I'm not sure how he picked me. I think it's a safe bet that not many of the other girls in the bar would so easily recognize the lyrics to "A Better Place to Be" by Harry Chapin. I'm a huge fan of Harry Chapin and was frankly insulted this man was trying to pass off Harry's lyrics as his own creation. I remember that because I'm like, what are the odds that out of everyone in the bar, he picked me to try and say I wrote this poem? And I'm like, absolutely not. That is a Harry Chapin song that probably was never played on the radio. So that was pretty funny. All right. So Lucy is once again giving me the Tatiana. She's just like, guess what? Guess what you're doing tonight, Sid? You're getting hammered. Cheers to you, my friend. All right. So on that note, because I couldn't leave it on the snake note, I hope that however you spend your weekend this weekend, you have a fantastic time. You're testing me. Yeah. Little do you know, I'm a trained athlete in the ways of vodka and club soda. Um, no matter how you spend this weekend, I hope you have a great time. Don't let social media pressure or commercial pressure or anything like that get to you. You enjoy your life. You enjoy your day. Know you are awesome. You are loved. You are fantastic. And if you ever need to reach out to anybody and talk, myself, everybody in the comments, we're all here for you. If you're a lurker and you just like to, if you like to watch, I'm sure Brenda Love has a whole chapter on that too. That's okay. But if you ever want to connect with any of us, do it. Welcome to the community and feel free to hop in the comments and join the conversation at any time. But this has been super fun. I missed you guys last week. Like I said, thank you for hopping on if you did to my recorded show. And I will be back again live next week. So in the next week, there's going to be ups and downs. And when those downs come at you, don't try to hide from your problems, because when you stick your head in the sand, you think you're hiding from it all, but the rest of the world just sees a big ass. Love ya.